Go through it.
Current president and misleading attacks from the previous one. From President Biden, who's battling voter concerns about his age, a shaky start. With a raspy voice, he seemed to lose his train of thought when asked about the national debt.
Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat.
Like, bro, what is going on? Get it out. You spent an entire week trying to get this debate together, bro. You should be able to get these words out of there. You know what I'm saying? You should be on autopilot mode at this point when it comes to responses. Golly, driver's seat says that Biden was past his bedtime. No, Biden is just past his time in general, right? The man don't have it no more, man. He just don't have it. This is over with.
Medicare.
Later, mixing up former President Trump's name in a comment about Russia before correcting himself.
If you take a look at what Trump did in Ukraine, this guy told Trump, do whatever you want, and do whatever you want. And that's exactly what Trump did to Putin, encourage him, do whatever you want.
At the end of the debate, First Lady Jill Biden escorting him off stage.
And I seen that after the debate. When this debate was over, I'm like, wow. I wonder if they'll even mention the fact that this man was taking his sweet time to get off the stage because he's falling off of bikes, stairs, off of plane steps. Like, this man is just not there. This is not anything new.
Sources telling NBC News President Biden had a cold. Former President Trump pouncing on his rivals' slip-ups.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
From Mr. Trump, a series of dodges and lies about the 2020 election, refusing to deliver a clear answer when asked whether he'd accept the results this November.
If it's a fair and legal and good election, absolutely.
I doubt whether you'll accept it because you're such a whiner.
Halfway through the debate, President Biden bringing up Mr. Trump's conviction.
The only person on this stage is a convicted felon is the man I'm looking at right now.
And getting very personal.
How many billions of dollars do you owe in civil penalties for molesting a woman in public, for doing a whole range of things, of having sex with a...
All right, hold on. Let me tell y'all this. This part right here was so unacceptable, right? I had my little daughters watching this debate, right? And I mean, they little. There was no need for him to bring up something like this during this debate where millions of people are watching. It was inappropriate. It was no need to even say this particular this statement, and it got you nothing. Like this, that's one of those little low insults that people try to throw that get you absolutely nowhere. Just ridiculous, man. But let's just get to the rest of it.
The porn star on the night while your wife was pregnant. I mean, what are you talking about? You have the morals of an alley cat.
Give you a minute, sir.
I didn't have sex with a porn star.
The president also slamming Mr. Trump for reportedly calling veterans suckers and losers, referencing his own late son who served in Iraq, with Mr. Trump denying he ever said it.
My son was not a loser, was not a sucker. You're the sucker. You're the loser.
Regarding January 6th, Mr. Trump downplaying what happened during the attack on the Capitol.
On January 6th, we were respected all over the world. All over the world, we were respected. And then he comes in, and we're now laughed at. We're like a bunch of stupid people.
Both candidates trying to make their cases on issues key to voters, from the economy.
He decimated the economy.
To abortion access.
That's incorrect, sir. The economy was doing pretty well under Trump. Interest rates were well. As a real estate agent, the real estate industry was booming. Interest rates were low. Interest rates were not a problem. Money was easy to get. It was pretty good. It's pretty good. There's a stark comparison compared to where we got now. We have a complete problem because you guys don't want to focus on the economy. Y'all want to focus on all these other groups like abortion and this and that, blah, 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 which is cool. But there's real things that people need to focus on, which is in their pockets, right? You're trying to worry about persons and little people and people groups. We care about our pockets, sir. We care about what happens with our family when we go to the grocery store. Why is everything so expensive? Why do we got to work even more, but they're taking more? Like, come on, bro. Y'all Democrats need to handle the issues and not these little people issues. It's ridiculous.
Supreme Court just approved the abortion bill, and I agree with their decision to have done that, and I will not block it.
President Biden pivoting to immigration in his answer on abortion, one of his strongest issues, according to polls.
The idea that states are able to do this is a little like saying we're going to turn civil rights back to the states. Look, there's so many young women who have been, including a young woman who just was murdered, and he went to the funeral.
Right. Immigrant.
The idea that she was murdered by an immigrant coming in. They talk about that.
Afterwards, Trump surrogates flooding the spin room to tout what they saw as a decisive win.
I thought President Trump was calm, strong, thoughtful tonight.
Vice President Kamala Harris hitting the airwaves to defend the president.
There was a slow start, but it was a strong finish.
But multiple Democratic lawmakers telling NBC News they're concerned about the president's performance, with some wondering anonymously whether he should remain on the ticket.
To the Dem panic that's bubbling up tonight, you say?
Do more, worry less.
Now, President Biden himself stopping at a Waffle House overnight for some food.
Yeah, he stopped at a Waffle House, which is usually an inner city spot where a lot of black folks like to go. That he's trying to appeal to, but he's losing that battle as well. All right, y'all. So now we could talk about it in its entirety. Let me read this comment from Driver's Seat, who has said that Biden has been incompetent his entire political career. There must have been clips of dumb statements he's made. This is really of no surprise to people that are not delusional. Okay? Anyone that's not delusional understands what's going on here. All right? We already know that Biden it can't get a thought across, right? He seems to be incapable, incompetent, right? The man is fragile, right? Like, I don't understand after the debate why people on CNN and all of a sudden all the Democrats are going into a panic is what they're saying. As if you didn't know this 4 years ago, if you didn't know this 10 years ago, right? Even when this man was under Obama, this man was shaky. So the funny part about this is, right? And I'm sorry to tell y'all, I'm an independent, right? I'm with whoever makes sense, right? And obviously we know who makes sense, and Trump makes sense. The Republicans already know this about Joe Biden. They already understand that everything that has been said and what he's doing, they have been saying this for years. The Democrats, the delusional Democrats, are the ones that are just so surprised that he could not be coherent during a debate that they spent 10 days with him on at Camp David, at least a whole entire week. And it looked like this man doesn't know what's going on. It looks like he just showed up and didn't even know what the topics were and went up against a man who was well prepared, right? A man who wants vengeance against his opponent and a man who was sharp. The comparison is unbelievable. Delusional Democrats are surprised in Biden's performance. The Republicans are not. This is what they've been spewing for the longest, that a lot of people have been saying, oh, these Republicans are crazy, this and that. We already get this about Joe. Why do you think people have been saying Sleepy Joe and Creepy Joe? Which I just found out some other weird information about something that between him and his daughter that is odd, that I'm going to read into. I think it's in a book or her book. And like, this man is a nutcase. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be honest with y'all, this man Biden. But